Hey ho, my name is Joe. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about my October TBR. Hello there, my name is Joe and I am Fight and Read Like a Girl, where everything bookish and polycystic ovarian syndrome is done on this channel. So today we are doing my October TBR. I already recorded this once, but I didn't like the angle that I had for my video. So I'm going to sit my happy butt in this chair. You're going to see that one and some of that one for my shelves. And you see a door behind me as well, but I kind of dig this angle. I don't know. How about you? Let me know in the comments below if you'd like this angle. With my new camera and all, we are going to be trying different angles, so each video is going to have a different angle for a little while, and we'll see how we can get things going. I have a lot of books I want to talk about. I am challenging myself this month, because as like I said in my last video, I've got a lot more challenges coming, and I have a couple of challenges this month that I'm going to do, so hopefully we can get some awesome book reading done. That didn't come out the way I wanted to, but you know, whatever. It is what it is. So let's go ahead and dive in because, like I said, there's a lot. So, alright. So the first book that I'm going to talk about, because I've already started reading it and I'm on page 155, but that is The Woman in the Window by A.J. Finn. This is the first book that I'm reading this month, I guess. I have already finished 2 books for the month, but we'll talk about that in a wrap-up video relatively soon, which is coming. I've read a lot. I don't know if you guys can see the books up there, but yeah, those are the books I've read recently. So, but yes, this is the book that I'm reading first. So this one is about a woman who doesn't leave her house. I'm trying to think of the name of the phobia she has on the screen because I can't think of it right now. But she basically has a fear of going outside. So she's homebody. She's in her home and she watches things out her window. So I'm actually really enjoying this story so far. I cannot wait to see where it goes. Oh, okay. So the next one I have is They Went Left by Monica Hessi. This is a World War II story, but it takes place like either minutes or days or hours after the war. I can't remember which one it is. But it's a woman about trying to find her family after the war. And it sounded so good. And I just like, I think it's time for me to read it. So that's why it's here. We have The Girl with the Clock for a Heart by Peter Swanson. Peter Swanson has been recommended to me a number of times by you guys as well as my sister-in-law. This is not the book my sister-in-law recommended to me, but she said that she liked it and I'm really curious to see what it's about. I did start it and I annotated a word I didn't know, but I think I'm going to start it over and start from the beginning when we read this. Alright, next I have 56 Days by Catherine Ryan Howard. This is about the pandemic. Yes, the pandemic we are currently in with COVID-19. They didn't even know each other and they decided that they wanted to quarantine together. Well, apparently somebody ends up dead. So it kind of like makes you wonder, like, well, what really happened behind those closed doors when we were in the middle of that pandemic? Or when we're in the middle of the pandemic. So, really curious. We have the one and only nonfiction book that I'm reading for this month. Because I do try to read one nonfiction a month or one nonfiction every 2 to 3 months. So the nonfiction for this time is I Am Haunted, Living My Life Through the Dead, Zach Bagans, written by Kelly Krieger. Talk to with Zach Bagans. Like it's kind of like an interview. But I am a huge fan of Ghost Adventures and I've kind of always had a crush on Zach Bagans. Don't tell my husband. But I definitely have been wanting to read this for quite a while. This was actually a Christmas gift to my husband about a year ago. And I told myself I'd read this around Halloween time, so here it is. Alright, the next one I have is a book that is intimidating to me, and I'm not sure if I'll finish it throughout October, but it definitely feels like it could be one of those that could go into November. But that is Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. This book intimidates me. It's huge. And I really just kind of want to advance in the Harry Potter series because I did enjoy the first 3. Not as much as I would thought I was going to, but because I don't think I give them 4 stars. So Harry Potter has yet to give me a 5-star book. So maybe this is it. But, you know, I don't know if I'm just being harsh. I mean, they're so far for me, the Harry Potter books are very entertaining. They keep me engaged. But there just haven't been like 5-star reads for me. And I cannot tell you why. They just haven't. All right. Next we have Uprooted by Naomi Navic. This is a Beauty and the Beast retelling, I believe. You know me, I'm a Beauty Beast obsessed type of girl. And I am really excited to dive into this one. This one I think has a little bit of a different twist on the whole Beauty and the Beast retelling. I'm not really sure. Usually when I hear that something is a Beauty and the Beast retelling, I definitely try to go into it completely blind because I don't want to, because the Beauty and the Beast story is so enlarged into my brain because I watched the story so many times as a kid, you know, the Disney version. So I have that enlarged into my brain, and I have read the real story. I have also read a couple other stories about the Beauty and the Beast. So it's so enlarged into my brain at this point that I can definitely know if it's not a Beauty and the Beast retelling while reading it. The next one we have, this one's going to be a part of a challenge. So the challenge that I have coming is read the book, watch the movie, or the series. And that is 9 Perfect Strangers by Elaine Mortiali. I've heard so many good things about this. They go to this spa, like each one has their own story, and something ends up happening. I'm not sure what ends up happening, but I'm really curious about this. A lot of people I've seen have read this on Goodreads. It doesn't really have a good review. Let me take a look on Goodreads real quick to see what the review is. So my sister-in-law actually did read this as well. She said it was one of her favorite books that she read. So Perfect Strangers has a rating of 3.52. So for me, seeing a rating like that, that's an average rating. And I do try to read that books have the average rating because, okay, so books that usually have an average rating end up being like a 4 to 5-star book for me. And I'm really excited to dive into this one. I cannot wait. The next one I have is 2 books by the same author, actually. So we're going to kind of talk about them together a little bit. First one I have is Everwild by Neil Schusterman. This is the second book in the Everlost or the Skinjackers series. I really enjoyed the first one. I thought it was really good. And I recently picked up the second one just to see where the story's going and pick it up and see what's more to the story. If you're not familiar with the Skinjackers series or the Everlost book, you follow these 2 kids who got into a car accident, and they are now stuck in a world, like a limbo world between heaven and earth. And what was the world called? Was it called Everlost? I want to say the world was called Everlost, but I can't remember. But this one, there's a war going on. I don't want to say much about this one because it will give away the first one. But there's a war going on, and they're just kind of like stuck right dab in the middle of it. So really excited. All right, and the last one is Scythe by Neil Schusterman. I've heard a lot of good things about this. It's been a lot of people's favorite book, pretty much of all time, favorite series of all time. and I really kind of want to dive into it and see what all the hype is about. So we're here for it. This is about death and the apprentices, and that's all I really know about it. So we're curious to see what happens. So if you made it this far, that is all the books that I want to try to get to in the month of October. That's a lot. I'm definitely doing some challenges this month to hopefully get through all these, and I'm currently 16 books behind schedule on my Goodreads, so I'm hoping that some of these will help. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have 10, so maybe we'll get 6 books behind schedule. But if I read these 10, I think I'll be doing fantastic toward my Goodreads goal. The Goodreads goal is not something for you guys, it's for my own personal goal. It's usually I set a Goodreads goal at the beginning of the year, hopefully get through them all. I go through quite a few spells where I just don't read at all. I read like 1 book per month basically. It's just because I get into really bad reading slumps a lot, and I'm hoping to break it. I've been on a roll lately when it comes to reading, so I want to keep this mentality going, and I'm trying to keep this going, but you know, we shall see what happens. So if you made it this far in this video, thank you so much. I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't done so already, I hope you'll hit subscribe. That way, so you know, you can join my cute little community. And I always mention every book down below. That way, so you guys can go check them out for yourselves. And if you have read any of these books, please leave a comment down below telling me which one you've read and how you liked it and if you think I would enjoy it. So thank you so much for watching, guys. I will see you in my next one. Bye!